Welcome to CXO, a magical podcast to help you serve better and concoct experiences that are superlative in nature. I'm your host, Supriya Sharma, bringing to you in each episode didactic nuggets so you can get inspired to sprinkle stardust in your company, your home, and the community on the whole.
Let's roll out the red carpet for our guest today, Alex Mead. Alex is a global customer experience executive, a dynamic leader working to transform experiences across contact centers, digital, social, and omnichannel platforms, customer service operations, innovation, CRM implementation, and customer experience strategy. Welcome to our show, Alex. It's so great to have you today.
Pleasure to be here. I'm very grateful to be invited.
Alex, as I read through your profile, you're a global customer service experience leader. So I was having this curiosity. What is the real difference between the term customer service experience and customer experience as we use them? Can they be used interchangeably or are they really different?
Wow, it's a simple question, but it's a huge question. First of all, let's start with customer experience. Everyone agrees the definition of customer experience is a customer's feeling about every interaction they have with a business. So absolutely everything, how they feel about it, not necessarily how it is. But within that, there are for me, two distinctly separate components that make that up. There's the brand and marketing experience. So you see an advert on a billboard. You hear about the company, the way that they use sweatshops potentially, the way they design their goods. You get personalized marketing offers and you click on them. And how is that customer experience? Are you being marketed to and sold to and tried to be acquired or kept loyal through great marketing experience? That's customer experience. But the second part is customer service experience, which is every interaction a customer has with the brand. And it doesn't just mean customer service complaints. It means, oh, I'm interested in buying this product. Do you have it in blue? If I buy this, when will it be delivered by? Because I actually really need it in 2 days and your delivery information isn't clear. So it's the pre-purchase. It can be, okay, I've just bought something. Darn it, I've realized I want to cancel it or change it. That's customer service experience. It's okay, I've ordered it. When is it coming? I really don't know. You have sent me no tracking information. That's customer service experience. It's on its way. Oh, I realize I'm not going to be in when it comes. That's customer service experience. Or a very common situation now is even the great Amazon, the great in speech marks Amazon. Okay, you said when I ordered it it'd be here by July the 5th. It's now July the 7th, and your tracking says maybe delivered between July the 4th and July the 20th. What? That's not good. And then okay, finally it arrives and well, it's not what I ordered, or it's not in the condition, or I don't know how to use it. That's customer service experience. Or even then, I've got this one. I want to get something that goes with it. That's customer service experience. And then finally, it's not working for me. I want to return it. How do I do that? And then when's the guy going to pick it up? And all of these things are customer service experience. So um, the latter things, the customer service experience, is what is so broken in customer experience right now. And from all the other CX, not all, but the vast majority of CX conversations I see, they talk about journey mapping and voice of the customer. And I think that they're focusing on brand and marketing experience, making sure you get the right personalized offers. Because still every day, for every scenario I've given in the customer service experience, it's torturous mostly. Okay, how do I talk to someone? Oh, there's a chatbot. Oh, the chatbot can't help. It'll force you down a web chat session where you have to start again because the chatbot didn't pass over the data. And then sometimes after even 30 minutes of talking to a chat agent, they tell you, oh, I can't help you. You're going to have to phone us. And there's like, Lord above. And then you sit in the queue and the poor agent tells you they have no information. So
Mm.
customer service experience used to just be called customer service.
Mhm.
And this whole rise of the term CX has made people take their eye off the ball of CSX, which is what I call it, customer service experience. And they're focusing on CX, journey mapping, voice of customer, whilst we sit in queues and we pull our hair out because we can't get the answers to each of the scenarios I gave to you. So to me, there's a very clear difference, but I think I'm quite a lone voice in trying to keep that distinction because everyone talks about CX and how it needs to be end-to-end company wide transformation. Well, I think it's
Mhm.
actually simpler than that, and that's my opinion.
So if I have to say that customer service experience is a family member of the entire family of CX, would that be okay?
Absolutely, but it's the most important. It's the if you think of the family member who influences whether you like the family or not the
Mm.
most. So because honestly, there's some companies have the most amazing non-customer service experiences. They market to you so well, they show you amazing products,
Mhm.
but then none of that means a damn to me if they let me down on my customer service experience. I now will deliberately not choose one retail brand over another or one e-com service over another or even a TV channel hosting solution over another if I know they're going to let me down if there's a bad customer service experience. So it is absolutely part of a bigger environment, but it's the thing, the most important aspect of CX to me. And when I say to me, I'm not talking based on Forrester reports
Huh.
or what influencers or it just is for me personally. But I also think for every other customer I talk to, they say the same. So, yeah, but your summary is correct. CSX is part of a bigger thing called CX.
Okay, and I would like to know from you, how has this family of CX been influenced by the pandemic? Has it changed for good or it's still the same?
Um, yeah, let's just say pandemic. Anyone gives leeway for that, so we know
Mm.
okay things have changed. So for the first even 6 months, we heard messages. Okay, sorry, our response may not be quite as good because clearly
Yes.
we've moved 4,000 call center agents to work from home and
Hmm.
things are in turmoil, which is fine. We all appreciated that. And then came the last year panic to do the digital stuff they should have been
Yep.
doing 5 years ago. But it just strikes me who is actually setting the customer experience agenda within these companies. And I see so many roles called chief digital transformation officer or chief I don't know sales transformation officer, even chief innovation officer.
Hmm.
That is digital should not be a thing you focus on. It's a channel. The thing you focus on should be the customer experience. So by saying we're going to have a chief digital guy is basically saying okay, we think in a silo and a channel, and to think about what's gone wrong in the pandemic. The benchmark I always use is Amazon. Amazon are clearly one of the world's best customer centric companies. They still say they're the planet's most customer centric company. I'm starting to doubt that, and there's a very simple reason why. Before the pandemic, majority of things I ordered from them, you go to the website or the app,
Hmm.
it has a date. It says you order now, it'll be delivered by 2 3 days time, sometimes the
Hmm.
same day depending where you live. You used to be able to rely on that. Now I'm in the Middle East now, but I still place orders for delivery here, deliveries to the UK, and seriously 50% plus of my last 20 to 25 Amazon orders have, when I order it, it gives a date, and then I don't get a proactive notification. I go back to the app and it says there may be a delay. First of all, maybe. You don't know if there's a delay. So I've ordered this because it's not just because I want to order a lovely Amazon package. There's a thing inside it to serve a need. It could be
Huh.
a functional need or it could be for an emotional need like a birthday or anniversary. So you may be late. Okay, so what options are you giving me, Amazon? So first they say, we're sorry, there may have been a delay, and I literally have screenshots of this. Your parcel may not now arrive by 5th of July, so you can't be sure, but it may arrive by 20th of July.
Uh-oh.
What the hell? And then so clearly you think, okay, I could do with some more information on this. And the Amazon journey has the well-designed UI or UX, and you finally choose to talk to one of their agents, usually via chat or offshore call center, doesn't matter,
Hmm.
and they will tell you, I'm really sorry, I have no more information than you. And you think, okay, what is the point of making me talk to you then when clearly, so you sometimes think, okay, I'm going to ask questions that are not internal. I ask customer questions, okay, but I need this by the 10th of July. You said it may be there between the 5th and 20th. So what can you do for me? And they will say, sorry, sir, there's nothing. But if you wait to the 20th of July, we can give you a refund. Yay. Well, but that doesn't help me at all. And so, but Amazon always got away with being the best customer service because they put it right.
Hmm.
But now putting it right means you have to wait 10, 15 days. And invariably, if it's not there in the first week, it's not going to arrive. It's lost in this great hole of delivery companies. So to me, that what Amazon, I would love. I know Jeff Bezos has just handed over the reins. They've got to take control of the delivery, the fulfillment. They're not a digital platform. They're an omni-channel platform that physically fulfill a vast of physical objects. So to say, sorry, Mr. or Miss or Ms. Customer, I don't know where your package is, but you know what? We don't really care about finding out. And if you want, you can try and talk to DHL, UPS, or FedEx, but good luck with that. That sums up to me customer service experience in the pandemic. When Amazon started to treat customers like that, it means things are so badly wrong.
And I can totally relate to the fact talking to a call center executive and the person telling you that she or he doesn't know more than you. So then
Absolutely, yeah.
what good are you doing there? I mean, what is the company doing in there? Is there no communication channel that passes on the proper and right communication to you as an employee of that organization? So if we as customers want to gain that information, it can be passed on. So that is something really painful as a customer. I'm going through a pain. I call the call center and then they tell me, oh no, there's nothing can be done about it because we also don't know anything more than you. So that's
Absolutely. It must be a miserable environment to be one of those contact center customer service agents. I started myself many years ago with a headset on for a water utility company, and every conversation was a customer shouting at me. Because if the water works, they're happy with their bill, they're not going to phone up and say thank you. And I realized quite quickly, okay, two things I need to do is a natural skill I had is make them realize I agree with them, but without sounding as though I'm criticizing my own company. So do you know what, Mr. Mrs. Customer? I can see you're angry. Do you know what? I'd be angry if I was in your shoes too. And first, they kind of bring it down. But then what companies need to do is empower the poor customer service agent to say, hey, do you know what, Supriya? I'm really sorry. I don't know where your parcel is, but tell you what, leave it with me. I'll try and find out where it is in our network. I'll phone you back or send you a message in an hour. Wouldn't that be such an amazing world? It doesn't exist, but that's what companies need to get to. So the employee experience is wonderful. They're not taking five concurrent chat sessions where they lose track of what they're saying to one customer. And it says agent is typing and nothing appears on your screen because they're typing to four other customers. It's so far away from where it needs to be. But I think Amazon, if they don't fix this, something will catch up and overtake them in time. There's other big global competitors. And Amazon ultimately are only in, I think, 12 to 17 countries where they do this well. So Asia, WeChat, all these things, these things could catch them up if they're not careful.
and that's why people like you and me are here to make this world a better place and create
That's
magical
what we're
experiences
trying.
for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've been talking about Amazon, which is like the master of customer service, or rather, which used to be like the master of customer
Yeah,
service.
yeah.
And looking at the situation or analyzing the situation, we reach a conclusion that things are not going on so well. Do you know of any other companies or your experience with other companies who are doing well about meeting customers' demands or customers' expectations?
It's the most common question. I can't think of a single company that nails it. But do you know what? I'll come back to the other answer and then I'll answer that. There's one that I had high hopes for, but just let me down. But the food delivery world, Lord above, there's corruption in it, and it's not. But it's understandable corruption. So we go to our apps and it says order from whichever restaurant via Talabat, Uber Eats, Just Eat, whichever platform you use. Your food will be delivered in 25 to 35 minutes. So that's what you have in your head. You think maybe it'll be 45 minutes. And you press it and it will say, your food has left the restaurant. Great. And then it will say, your food is 5 minutes away. And you're looking, what? It's now been 25 minutes. And then it even worse, it'll say, good news, your food has been delivered. And you what? There's nothing here. And then you'll go back to the app people and you'll say, do you know what? It's been 1 hour since I placed this order. And your tracking tells me it's been delivered. I can't, what the hell is going on? And they'll say, very sorry, sir, this is not the service we want to deliver, baloney. And they will contact the restaurant or driver and they'll say, oh, sorry, he must have accidentally pressed the deliver button, but he tells me he's on his way anytime now. And I know because I've worked in that sector, it's not at all. The guy has delivered, the restaurant or someone has deliberately said they've delivered in 30 minutes, because they want to tick that box in their restaurant to food ordering app
Yeah.
supplier relationship. So it is literally, they are literally lying, and the poor customer in the middle of that. And I now absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt that the food will not come 9 times out of 10 within 30 minutes, but I kind of accept that. But you know what I've learned to do? I've learned to play the game.
Mm.
Because Talabat say, okay, this is not, would you, and I say, look, okay, I now need to leave. So even when, because I know they've lied about when the food has been delivered, when they finally do deliver it 30 minutes later, I already know where you don't have the tracking. So and I'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I need to leave. So can you refund me for that food? I'll get the food for free. So that to me is paying them back with karma. And I don't care if I do it once or twice. I don't know all the time. But yeah, so that's another bad.
Mm.
But to answer your question, there was a company here in the Middle East called Namshi, Namshi, who have an amazing interface. It's like Amazon, but better. You can choose a whole bunch of clothes. They're really good at the
Mm.
brand marketing,
Mm.
personalization. I can click stuff, put it in my basket. It's delivered from UAE to Bahrain in less
Okay.
than 48 hours.
Hmm.
And if I don't like it, I can press a button on my app, returned, collected by a great courier that does a marvelous job. Your courier will be there in 1 hour. He phones me and I get the refund within a day. Perfect. But they've changed their courier. And now the courier collects it and it goes missing for a week. It's like the Amazon opposite way, not delivering, collecting.
Mm.
Then I have to chase up when's the return coming. So they've made a cost decision internally to probably use a courier that's a bit cheaper
Hmm.
for their delivering and collecting, but it has
Mm.
screwed my customer experience and I'm not going to use them anymore. So it's again, sometimes short-term cost saving is actually long-term cost loss.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And as you were talking about your food delivery orders, it reminded me of one of my experience of getting my grocery delivered to my neighbor's place. I mean, I paid for it, but I never received those grocery items. It was my neighbor who was using them. So companies can be interesting that way at the cost of course, the customer's expectations. However, we need to learn as professionals, as service providers, we need to learn that customers are smarter than who we are actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you think the companies are now adapting to this changing world of global CX now in order to provide better experiences for their customers? Or how can they actually
Yeah,
do that?
I think they're adapting well to the front end. There's some really great apps, digital front end experience, but still, again, as my earlier point, they're all focusing on. There's so many chief product officers now. Product is the new title. Every board has a product guy. If you're an app, the product guy will only focus on the app.
Hmm.
And I'm working for a global fintech company at the moment, and we're building an app. And I say, okay, but when they can't do something on the app, or we fulfill physical items, um, they're going to have to reach out to a contact center agent. They're going to have to reach out via a channel of their choice. They're
Hmm.
going to have to reach out for social media, and then we're going to have to send them something. Product guy, you haven't even considered that in your beautiful, lovely, sexy app.
Hmm.
So I think companies have just forgotten completely. It's not about this because it starts with this, but this is not the experience. It's the window into the experience. Having a beautiful app. There's a scooter hailing ride rental platform here in the Middle East. There's loads in the UK now.
Hmm.
I gave up on using it because I scanned the QR code. Most amazing, beautiful app. It's QR code. I can use a scooter, very cheap per minute.
Uh,
I left and it stopped working. 1 mile away from where I picked it up. Apparently, it had gone outside the zone, and I had to wheel the blinking thing back in 45 degrees to a half a mile to find a zone where I could park it.
uh,
I parked it, and then it wouldn't let me unboard the rental. So I thought, okay, let me contact someone. They had no channel other than email. I
hmm.
emailed them 2 days later. Yes, you owe us the equivalent of $200 for your 2.5 day rent. Excuse me, I had it for 2 minutes. I had to wheel it back. So the beautiful digital experience was marvelous. But they should be okay. Let me send you a WhatsApp. Let me literally.
Hmm.
Here's a photo of the scooter right now. It's
Hmm.
broken down half a mile from where I picked it up.
Hmm.
You guys sort it out. Seriously, don't make me go through this pain. I had to do so many interactions to get even
Hmm.
the refund. So the world of where we are now, there's still two things that are just wrong or need to be improved. We force customers down customer contact journeys of chatbot, digital chat, call center,
Hmm.
and we don't join up the the end thing to the front end thing. And where we need to get to is ultimately so little customer effort. So whatever you have, take a photo of it. Let's think the equivalent of WhatsApp. It doesn't need to be WhatsApp, the
Yeah,
equivalent. I've just bought this thing. It's broken. There's a photo of it. It's damaged. Ching, you send that. They don't have to ask you,
simple.
what's your order number? What's your name, sir? What product did you order? Because they should know all that. It's
Uh,
okay, sorry, leave it to us. We'll deal with it. And that needs to apply to everything. And companies are so far off thinking like that, I think.
as you speak of the product and the user experience, again, one of my experiences, there's a Connect and Heal platform in India, which is a medical service aggregator. So they help you book your doctor's appointments and things like that. So I was trying to book an appointment on their website on my laptop, and then I called up because I was facing issues. And the person tells me, ma'am, do you have an app on your phone? Please download our app and then do it through the app. Really? Does the app make me feel comfortable? If I'm on my laptop, I have your website right in front of me. You want me
Oh
to
my
now go
Lord.
to my
Yeah.
mobile and download the app and schedule an appointment? Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. I bet they don't have a chief digital officer that, but they need a customer service experience. So that's what to finish with. Companies need to invest in customer service experience leaders. All the things I've described, that's what I make sure I 100% focus on above everything else in my role in my company. I report to
Hmm,
the CEO. And I constantly I'm the voice of these things, but the voice of these
exactly.
things is the voice of CX because if you have a customer experience issue about anything, you're going to share it through the customer service experience channel. So I don't fix marketing, I don't fix product, I don't fix pricing, but I share that insight with the rest of the board and we agree how we're going to fix CX. So CSX is the key to CX in my opinion.
Okay, then tell me something, if companies are so bent on fixing this customer experience issue, because yes, most of them claim that they love their customers and they respect and value their customers. And I see so many CX professionals around. I mean, if you just look around, 4 out of every 20 professionals would be calling themselves CX or customer
Yeah.
service or customer experience. Then why is the experience actually lacking, even when we have so many people around ready to serve the customers?
Go back. It's the theme that because these customer experience leaders, they don't even know the basics of customer service experience. The vast majority of the leading in speech marks, influencers, thought leaders, the people that everyone that LinkedIn and other platforms give the
Hmm.
most airtime to. So clearly they have the most visibility. People think they are the people to listen to.
Mhm.
They don't understand the nuts and bolts of, okay, I how do I create an easy, personalized, intuitive, and contextual set of customer contact journeys. So they don't sit in call center queues, so they can help themselves via a chatbot, a good chatbot, not a bad one, or via our self-service or via our social media. How do we give our contact center customer service staff a single CRM platform where they can do everything through a single desktop and they can see all the information about sales, service, delivery, real time? And how do we give them an environment in which they can own customers' issues, deal with them, resolve them, and make sure customers are happy? They don't think about that whatsoever. And I've been a bit surreptitious this last couple of months, and I've been dialing into many of the webinars and seminars from these CX experts. So
Uh-huh.
they're not all bad. Some of them are great, to be fair, but they're
Mhm.
talking different things to me. And I've not used my real name because I'm sure I'd be kicked out. And I've heard them say, right, to fix CX, it's very important. We make sure we have journey mapping of every
Yeah.
process. We put voice of the customer at the heart of everything. And to do that, you're going to have to be accredited CX expert. So I can
Hmm.
help you with that. And I'm thinking, in none of my roles, and I've done some pretty
Mhm.
awesome customer service experience, have I even thought about those things in the first 6 months. They do not, that is not how you fix customer
Hmm.
service experience. So I think we just have people who, if I could bin the term CX and literally delete it from the language, that would be great because I always say it's the customer experience of what? What is it you're a customer experience expert in? You cannot be a CX expert in everything because
Hmm.
even a CEO is not an expert in everything. So are you a CX expert in the service experience? It's fine. That's what I do. Are you a CX expert in marketing? That's fine. In product. So I just think people are just chucking the word CX because it's a great bandwagon to jump on now. But the last every single customer survey is showing customer experience are getting worse. So the growth of CX experts and the worsening of something is clearly not working. If there's more of them and that's getting worse, it's just badly broken.
Okay, so probably they need to fix the mathematics first before fixing the experience then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, my last question to you, Alex. When can I expect a day when I get up from my sleep in the morning and I find that the world has changed and we have all great experiences with all our service providers?
I know it sounds like a pie in the sky question, but I think in 10 years, I think
Mm,
it will have to be like that because, oh, McKinsey's, Deloitte, Accenture, they've all been saying, I even saw a report 2008, CX is the new battleground for companies.
mm,
It's not the new battleground. It has been for forever, to be honest. But
mhm.
it's still seen as customers make allowances. But our generation, my kids, if they have to spend more than 10 seconds doing anything, they give up. They literally,
True.
and companies that make them even have to phone a call center number, go through an IVR, talk to, they'll be like, forget it. They want the companies that literally can say, I like the look of that. There's my order. Oh, can I change the order? Blah.
Hmm.
It doesn't work. Blah. And I think companies that aren't like that just won't exist because the new world of customers just won't use them. So I think there'll be a force change in fight, and there'll be some huge names falling by the wayside because they don't get it now. I hope
Okay.
anyway.
Okay, I'm actually looking forward to that day. Well, Alex, it was a really interesting, authentic, real time conversation with you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to CXO with your host, Supriya. I hope you enjoyed a dive into the nitty gritty of customer experience. If you are committed to applying these ideas in the real world, stay tuned with me. Don't forget to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. That's all for this episode, folks. See you next time.